Hello and welcome to the Student Activities Board portion of the Reset presentation. First, I would like to make a disclaimer of sorts. By completing this Reset form, you are acknowledging that you have not only received the information provided to you in this workshop, but understand it as well, and you are also making a commitment to pass this information forward to the other members of your organization. This is not meant to scare you. However, this information is important and you are responsible for knowing it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact Dr. Nicole Osmer, SAB's advisor, or SAB's internal vice president. You can also come visit any of the members of SAB during their office hours. SAB is your resource. We work with the registration, regulation, and promotion of student organizations here at the University of Cincinnati. We offer several resources to student organizations, including semester organization fairs, the Presidential Luncheon, and the celebration of student involvement, among others. We also help to promote your organization and its events. Reach out to us on social media or via email. During this segment of the presentation, I will walk you through the registration process, what your privileges are as a registered student organization, your organization's liability, and the policies and procedures in regard to conference and event services and public safety. As a student leader, it is your responsibility to educate your members. You are responsible for informing members of policies and identifying risks associated with events and activities. This includes policies discussed in the Student Safety Board portion of the presentation and policies that will be discussed later. Here's a brief overview of the registration process for registered student organizations. As a registered student organization, you are required to reset your organization each year during the spring semester. This consists of 5 steps. The first of which is to complete the online reset presentation form on CampusLink. This is the form you are currently completing and takes the place of the in-person presentations held in previous years. The second step is to update your student organization information on CampusLink. This includes updating your officer information, updating your organization's roster with student email addresses and NIM numbers from all members, and submitting your organization's constitution and bylaws as one document every year, even if no changes were made since the previous reset. All of this is accomplished through the portal update reminder that appears at the top of your organization's homepage. The third step is to print off your student organization verification form. This form is located in the Files tab of your organization's portal. This form is used to verify the signatures of your organization's president, treasurer, and advisor. Once you have filled out the form, please make a copy for your own records. The fourth step is to complete and return this student organization verification form to 655 Steger Student Life Center by the end of April 2016. The last step is to review and, if applicable, respond to any communication your organization receives from Student Activities Board. This communication will provide an update on your organization's registration status. Email is the preferred method of communication with questions or issues about registration. CampusLink is a great tool that student organizations can use to help reach more students at UC, as well as communicate with other leaders on campus. Most importantly, it is the registration system for student organizations. How do you use it? First, navigate to campuslink.uc.edu and log in using your 6+2 and password. This step is critical because you will not be able to access any organization information or make any updates without logging in. Next, we will show you how to update and access your organization's portal on CampusLink. After logging in, navigate to your organization's portal by searching for your organization in the top search box. Once you have found your organization and you're on the organization's homepage, select the Update Now option that appears on the left side of the page in an orange box. This will allow you to update the information about your organization that was mentioned previously. Follow along through the portal update and you will be prompted for the required information. Please note that only portal administrators have access to update your organization's CampusLink portal. If you have any difficulty or need to become a portal administrator, please let us know at sab@mail.uc.edu. Registered student organization privileges is the next topic we will be talking about. Certain student organizations are eligible for funding from the university via the University Funding Board. If you would like more information on the criteria for this type of organization, please reach out to SAB or UFB. As a registered student organization, you are allowed to participate in events such as Homecoming, University Open House, Student Organization Spotlight at New Student Orientation, and Main Street Stride. You are also eligible for university awards. Student Activities Board hosted this year's Celebration of Student Involvement, or CSI Awards, on March 31st, 2016. Awards given out at this celebration include the Student Organization of the Year, Advisor of the Year, Rookie of the Year, and Queen City Connection. Student organizations are also eligible for 50% off catering from Classic Fare Catering. I must remind you that catering must be scheduled on a minimum of 5 business days prior to the event date. Let us know if you have any specific questions about this offering. Registered student organizations are also able to reserve university rooms for meetings and events through the 25 Live system. As a registered student organization, you also have access to a mailbox on the 400 level of Steger Student Life Center. In order to obtain one, you need to send a request to SALD via their campus link page. However, if you do not check your mail and just let it pile up, you may risk losing this privilege. Student organizations are also able to create off-campus bank accounts for the organization through PNC Bank. Any withdrawals from this account require the signature of both the treasurer or president and the organization advisor. Requests for bank accounts can be found on Student Activities and Leadership Development's Campus Link page. Any merchandise that your organization wants to use or create that has a university logo or University of Cincinnati language on it needs to be approved by the Director of Licensing. There are 5 approved vendors for producing these items, and they can pretty much make anything you want. Be sure that you give them plenty of advanced warning with requests and approvals. Please visit uc.edu/licensing for more information. Just remember, you cannot sell merchandise. Now onto the posting and chalking rules. First off, alcohol promotion or roommate searches are prohibited from both posting and chalking. The chalking policy states that you can chalk on any sidewalk except pavers or bricks, and you do not need to register as in the past. Chalking must be on a horizontal concrete surface that can be washed away by the rain, so please don't chalk on surfaces covered by an overhang or building. An example of this would be the concrete pillars underneath the campus rec center. Also, chalking must be for a campus-wide event. The posting rules are as follows. You can only post on bulletin boards or in designated areas. If you would like clarification on these, please contact us. Examples of areas that are off limits include cement pillars, glass, painted surfaces, utility poles, trees, etc. And you can also not post more than 5 flyers or handbills in one spot. The name of your student organization must be on the flyer, and please ensure that your posters are tasteful. Posters must be removed within 3 days of the event taking place. Now on to conference and event services. Please read the event guide at the Event Services website before beginning the scheduling process. This event guide includes facility descriptions, locations, and specific scheduling information for each facility, equipment and catering information, promotional opportunities, procedures, and guidelines, as well as a list of fees associated with different aspects of scheduling, among others. Visit this website for planning tips that can help you schedule your event, including what to do before, during, and after scheduling with conference and event services. How to schedule. Visit the Event Services website and complete the application. Conference and Event Services uses 25 Live to schedule events, so please watch the online tutorial before scheduling. You must receive a confirmation email from Conference and Event Services for an event to be approved. You need to keep the reservation number. This is extremely important because this is how you will cancel an event. If you do need to cancel an event, Notify Conference and Event Services as soon as you can through written correspondence via an email, because fees vary depending on the room request. If you do not do this, you will be assessed a non-cancellation fee. Promotional requests through Conference and Event Services are also available. You can promote your organization through Conference and Event Services by utilizing digital signage, posters, and flyers made by Conference and Event Services, the Steger Student Life Center scroll board, and the TUC table tents that are located on tables throughout Tangeman University Center. Make sure you check their website for guidelines and procedures. Then submit your promotional request at least 5 business days prior to the dates you want your promotion to run. Please note that the file type and size of your artwork needs to be before submitting your promotional request. Conference and Event Services can also make artwork for you at a rate of $60 per hour, and this must be requested at least 15 business days prior to when you want your promotion to run. Food and facilities. Classic Fare Catering is the exclusive caterer of Tangeman University Center. If you are hosting an event or meeting in Tangeman University Center, you will need to indicate on your event request if catering will be needed. If so, place the food order at least 5 business days prior to the event, visit the food website for menu options, and you can also have Papa John's, Chick-fil-A, Kumaneko, Subway, as well as others in TUC as well. Food waivers are also available if you are trying to bring in something that is not common, but Classic Fare has really expanded their menu, so this isn't as likely that a food waiver would be granted. See the event guide for more information on this. The University of Cincinnati's designated University of Cincinnati spaces for outdoor speaking purposes is suspended by court order, as is any regulation of student speech found in the Use of Facilities Policy Manual and the Main Street Student Event Guide. Essentially, this means that students are not required to obtain permission for any speaking activity held in an outdoor space unless the anticipated attendance is over 5,000 and/or alcohol will be present at the event. Permission is still required for the TUC Atrium and the TUC Main Street Express Mart spaces. Please see the event guide for more information. Additional policies that pertain to student organizations include those contained in the Student Code of Conduct, such as the Alcohol, Hazing, and Weapons Policy, among others, as discussed in the Student Safety Board portion of the presentation. Other policies that pertain to student organizations include financial management, activities, student travel, and transportation rental policies. For more information about these policies, please reach out to Student Activities and Leadership Development. Please review the Student Code of Conduct. This applies to all students and must be followed at all times. Please remember that at all times you are still a representative of the University of Cincinnati, and so is your student organization. Financial management. All contracts should be reviewed by your advisor and sent to the Director of SALD, who will forward it to the appropriate offices for review. Student leaders should not sign contracts. We cannot protect you if you sign the contract on your own. This limits the ability within your organization to make financial commitments or authorize high-risk activity. If you want or need an off-campus bank account, you will need at least 2 signatures for all checks or withdrawals. Those checks or those signatures must include your advisor and your treasurer or president. Requests for bank accounts can be found on SALD's Campus Link page as well. For any activity that your student organization is planning, you are required to complete a permission and release waiver form. This form must remain on file with your advisor, and a copy must accompany you on all outings. These forms can be found on the SALD website. All travel through your organization must comply with the Student Code of Conduct, as mentioned before. It must be consistent with your organization's mission and constitution. Every student traveling must complete the Student Travel Authorization Form. And if your organization is going outside of the United States, every student who is traveling must register with UC International. Additionally, whether your organization is traveling domestically or internationally, any overnight travel must be accompanied by a travel monitor, which can include a faculty member, staff member, or designated student organization member. The travel monitor responsibilities include obtaining itinerary details and contact information from each student traveler via the Student Travel Contact Information Form and conducting the pre-travel meeting. All advisors and student organization monitors are required to review the travel monitor training information. Copies of the appropriate forms must be maintained by the advisor and the travel monitor. Detailed information about the travel monitor position is located in the travel policy, which should be reviewed by the advisor and travel monitor. If your organization is traveling more than 50 miles from the University of Cincinnati, you must use a university vehicle if you are driving. Drivers must be 21 years of age and take the online defensive driving training course available at the link displayed. The travel monitor needs to complete the travel authorization and transportation request form to use university vehicles. You have two options to pick up your vehicle, which include Transportation Services and Enterprise. Enterprise has extended hours if you need to pick up or drop off a vehicle outside of the normal business hours, but this is by request only. Please make this request at least 5 business days prior to your departure date. Please also be aware that you must drop off vehicles with a full tank of gas when you return them. This concludes the Student Activities Board portion of the Reset presentation. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to SAB@mail.uc.edu. Thank you.